Beyond Tech Tide, breaking news alert. In a bold move, OpenAI has integrated a search feature into its renowned chatbot, ChatGPT, directly challenging giants like Google and Microsoft's Bing. This enhancement enables ChatGPT to deliver real-time information on sports scores, stock quotes, news, and weather, offering users a conversational and intuitive approach to information retrieval. This development coincides with OpenAI's recent $6.6 billion funding round, elevating its valuation to $157 billion. However, the company faces scrutiny over its shift to a for-profit model and notable executive departures. For an in-depth discussion on these developments, join our upcoming podcast where we'll explore, number 1. The potential impact of ChatGPT's search feature on the search engine market, number 2. The key features and capabilities of ChatGPT's search functionality, number 3. How OpenAI is balancing its commercial ambitions with its mission to develop safe and beneficial AI. Stay tuned for insights into these pivotal topics.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive where we take a closer look at a recent development that has everyone talking.
That's right.
OpenAI. The creators of ChatGPT are launching their own search feature. And we've got a fascinating CNBC article that really breaks down what this means for the future of how we find information.
Absolutely.
So
This is good.
get ready, because
this is big.
not just another search bar. This is real-time data woven directly into your conversations with ChatGPT.
So picture this. You're chatting with ChatGPT and you need the latest on, say, the Yankees game.
You got it.
You just ask and boom, all the info you need pops up right there in your chat. The score key, plays even analysis.
And it updates constantly as the game goes on.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's like having a superpowered research assistant by your side.
I love it. And the real game changer here is how different this is from those traditional search engines. You know, instead of just getting a bunch of links, ChatGPT search actually brings the information to you. It understands what you're looking for and presents it in a way that's much more conversational and personalized.
It's like chatting with a friend who always has the inside scoop.
Exactly.
Now, all this has Google a little on edge.
Yeah.
The CNBC article even mentions that Alphabet stock took a dip after the news broke.
Well, yeah, Google's been the king of search forever, so this is definitely a sign that things could be changing.
Right. They've dealt with disruptions before, like the whole mobile revolution and the rise of social media.
Right.
But this ChatGPT search, it feels different somehow.
It does, because it's really tapping into this fundamental shift in how we interact with information now. It's not just about finding things anymore. It's about understanding it and actually being able to use that information in a way that's way more intuitive, you know, more human.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole other layer, the relationship between OpenAI and Microsoft.
Sorry.
A bit of a tangled web. Microsoft is a big investor in OpenAI.
Right.
But now they're finding themselves competing in the same space with things like Bing and Copilot.
It's almost like a frenemy situation.
Right.
On one hand, Microsoft definitely benefits from OpenAI doing well,
Yeah.
but they also have their own goals and ambitions in AI and search.
It's going to be fascinating to see how this all plays out. Will they join forces, or will it be an all-out battle?
Exactly. And what does it mean for the future of AI?
I'd love to hear what you think about this. Do you think Microsoft will step up their game, or could this lead to some tension? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, tell us.
Now let's dive into what this means for everyday users like us.
Okay.
OpenAI says ChatGPT search is going to be, quote, a more natural, intuitive way to search. But is this just hype, or is there something really revolutionary here?
Good question.
Well, in the CNBC article, OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, actually talks about a future where your search queries actually generate custom web pages just for you. I know, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's mind-blowing. Imagine asking a question, and instead of a page full of links, you get a website built just for you with all the information you need presented in a way that makes sense.
It's like having your own personal AI web designer.
Yeah, I know, right?
Pretty futuristic stuff. But before we get too carried away dreaming about the possibilities, let's be realistic for a second and consider some of the challenges that are still out there for ChatGPT search.
You're right.
There are definitely areas where they need to improve.
Yeah, for sure.
And the CNBC article points out a few of those.
Yeah, like shopping and travel searches, they haven't quite nailed those down yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're still a work in progress.
Yeah, they are. OpenAI admits that there's still a lot of work to do to really refine those features.
Right. And with any new technology, we have to think critically about the potential impact it could have.
Definitely.
But we're going to save that discussion for part 2 of this deep dive. So stay tuned because we'll be right back after a short break.
We'll be right back. So we've been talking about all the amazing things ChatGPT search can do.
Yeah.
But we also need to talk about the other side of that coin, you know?
The potential downside?
Exactly. The implications of AI-powered search as a whole.
Right. Like, how do we make sure the information we're getting is actually accurate and unbiased?
That's a huge one. I mean, if we're relying on AI to gather and understand all this information for us, we really need to be able to trust that it's not, skewing things or pushing a particular agenda.
Absolutely. And that kind of leads into the whole transparency issue.
Yeah, if we're going to put our faith in these systems,
right,
we have to know how they work, how they make decisions, and what's influencing the information we're seeing.
And speaking of trust,
oh, yeah,
the CNBC article also mentioned some changes within OpenAI itself. Like, a key leader on their safety team actually left the company.
Interesting.
So it seems like even internally, there are concerns about whether they're moving too fast.
Yeah, are they rushing to release all these new products without taking the time to really make sure they're safe and responsible?
That's the question, isn't it? And it brings up another important point.
What's that?
What role do we all play in shaping the future of AI? It's easy to just sit back and let the experts handle everything.
Right.
But these are technologies that will impact all of our lives.
Oh, yeah, they will.
So the more we understand them, the better equipped we'll be to participate in, thoughtful discussions about how they're developed and used.
That's so important. We can't just be passive consumers of technology. We have to be active participants.
Exactly. Now, let's zoom out for a second and think about the big picture here.
Okay.
If AI can really personalize search results to that degree, tailored to our individual needs and preferences,
yeah,
what does that mean for how we access information in the future?
That's a great question.
It could be incredibly empowering.
Yeah.
Imagine getting exactly the information you need in a format that's actually useful without having to wade through a million irrelevant search results.
Right. It's like having a personal tutor for anything you want to learn about.
Exactly. It could make research faster, learning more efficient, and help us make better decisions.
It could revolutionize how we learn and understand the world. But there's a flip side too, right?
There's always a flip side.
The danger is that we end up in these little information bubbles.
Right.
Only seeing things that confirm what we already believe.
Yeah.
And if everyone is getting a completely different version of the truth,
oh, wow,
how can we even have a conversation?
Right. How do we debate complex issues or even agree on basic facts?
Exactly.
So it's like this weird paradox. The very technology that's supposed to connect us to more information could end up isolating us even further.
It's a scary thought.
It is. But it's a good reminder that the future of information isn't just about the tech itself. It's about how we use it. Being aware of the potential downsides.
Yeah.
And actively shaping the kind of digital world we want to live in.
I love that thought.
And I think that's a perfect segue to our final thoughts on this topic. So stay with us as we wrap up this deep dive.
We'll be right back.
So as we wrap up our look at ChatGPT search, it's clear that this technology has the potential to be a total game changer.
Yeah, it really does.
But like with any powerful tool, it all comes down to how we use it.
Right, how we make sure it benefits society as a whole.
Exactly. We talked about some of the possible upsides, like personalized learning, more efficient research, and better decision-making. But we can't ignore the risks either.
The potential for those information bubbles, the algorithms being biased, even the erosion of trust in information sources.
It's like a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah, it is.
It could give us so much knowledge and understanding.
Yeah.
But it could also subtly shape our views of the world without us even realizing it.
That's the thing about these powerful technologies. We have to be aware of both sides.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to be critical thinkers no matter where we're getting our information from.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whether it's from a traditional search engine or something like ChatGPT search.
We can't just accept everything at face value.
Right. We need to question our sources, look at things from different angles, be skeptical of information that seems too perfect or too aligned with what we already believe.
And as AI becomes even more ingrained in our lives, It's crucial to have these open discussions about the ethics of it all.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
need to make sure that these technologies are developed and used in a way that benefits everyone, not just a handful of powerful companies.
I think that's a really great point to end on.
Yeah,
The future of information is really in our hands.
it is.
It's up to us to demand transparency, hold the developers accountable, and use these tools responsibly so we can create a world where everyone has access to reliable information.
Well said. And on that note, we want to thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the future of search.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
We hope you found it insightful and thought-provoking. And if you did, please let us know in the comments below and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the topics that matter most.
And remember, stay curious, keep learning, and never stop questioning the information you encounter.
Thanks again for listening.